Hey guys, my name is Dennis McCarthy, or Dennis McCarthy Jr. Today we're at Vehicle Effects and I'll be giving you a tour. Yeah, starting with this one, not really movie car related at all. This is just a fun project of my dad's. If any of you guys are familiar with off-road racing, this is Frank Scoop Vessel's truck. Kind of a legend in the off-road world. Same builder of this truck was the one that built all the factory Toyota trucks with Ivan Stewart, which I'm sure a lot of you guys know. But this truck came up for sale from his son, and my dad, his whole life has been in off-road racing, so just one of those deals he couldn't pass up, you know, with the film industry being slow right now. Figured it was a good time to take on another just fun project. So that's what this is, but pretty cool truck though. Definitely ahead of its time. That's cantilever suspension in the back, a lot of other trick bits and pieces. But yeah, so this one's kind of just undergoing a period correct, tasteful restoration. And yeah, maybe one of these days, see it at Nora or another one of these vintage races. Going back over into this corner, this is one of my personal favorites. This was from movie Hobbs and Shaw, Fast and Furious spin-off. We're out in Hawaii. It was a big jungle chase sequence, a lot of off-road stuff. This is kind of the coolest one out of the bunch. This one's actually built on a Pro 2 truck chassis that goes behind you, that race truck in the corner. Exact same chassis, so super capable vehicle. Definitely overbuilt for being a picture car. Got the usual 500 horsepower LS motor, King shocks all around, Curry 9-inch, so pretty much all the same components you see on an actual race truck, which is super cool, allows the stunt guys to push it super hard. It's a bummer, originally the script called for a ton of action with this one, and then as a couple rewrites came out, it got limited to only about 10 minutes on screen, which is a bummer, but still a super cool truck. If you guys ever watch Hobbs and Shaw, be sure to look for this one, a lot of cool stuff. Going down this way, follow me. Just some customer cars. This is a cool one, yeah. So this is the 1965 Lincoln Futura. Debuted at the 65 Detroit Auto Show as a concept car. I'm sure a lot of you guys recognize it as the Batmobile, and you would be correct. This is what George Barris built the original Batmobile off of. This particular car is owned by comedian Jeff Dunham, and he actually has he's got the original Barris Batmobile, and this one's gonna be restored back to the kind of the body in white original concept car. So we'll have those two side by side as a contrast, which will be super cool. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, right. We got this car came to us needing all sorts of fiberglass work, which has been a big challenge trying to get this thing straight. I don't think it ever really was perfect from beginning, so trying to get it good. Another challenge is getting it's got a glass dome top, which we've been having it made, which is another challenge on this one, but once all said and done, it should be super cool. Going this way, got a Nissan GTR pod done by Elia over at Gem Effects, I'm sure you guys are familiar with. This car has been used and abused, as I'm sure you can tell by all the footmarks on the quarter panels. This one we got in our hands for Gran Turismo, which it was out in Europe being raced from all over the European racetracks, which I'm sure the stunt guys had a blast with.
I just saw it last night.
Oh, nice, yeah. Yeah, so lots of action with this one. And then it came back to us, had pretty much no downtime, went straight to Budapest for the Matchbox movie, which we actually just wrapped up. So yeah, this thing is definitely, like I said, used and abused. Really a testament to the durability of these cars. Didn't miss a beat, and testament to you know, pod design with Gem Effects. So definitely got their money's worth out of this car, that's for sure.
There's a related story about this car that I just learned.
Yeah.
So Elia redesigned the pod. The pod's been around for a long time, and a lot of different people have built these, but he redesigned it, and he is up for an Academy Award for what he's done. And part of the reason Elia redesigned it was because of our friend Chris Nielsen over here, who is a stuntman, extraordinarily accomplished stuntman, who was driving a pod car, and there was an accident, and he was badly injured. And in order for that not to happen again, Elia took it upon himself to redesign this thing and make it a much better unit. So here it is right here, that and that. Thanks to
Thank you
Chris.
for that.
Killed it.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Good crash test dummy. Yes.
Great history. A little bit.
I've put it around the parking lot, nowhere near what I'm sure he's done with it. But I know on Gran Turismo, I've probably heard they have these things well over 100 miles an hour, which is just crazy. Definitely takes getting used to. 'Cause yeah, I get nervous just putting her on the shop, let alone going 100.
Yeah, quite a car.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. They actually had, on that same Gran Turismo, they had one of these pods on LMP Le Mans car, which I think they set the record for the fastest pod driving, which I forget the exact mile per hour, but I want to say it was like 140 plus, which...
I didn't hear, was this one Le Mans too?
This one, I don't think they made it to Le Mans on this one. I know...
Some other tracks.
Yeah, I think it was the Hungaroring in Hungary because they were out at. Yeah, a lot of action.
Is that the original drivetrain?
Yep, all original.
Doesn't have an LS or
Yeah, this is
like
one
you
of the
guys
few.
usually put
Yeah.
in everything?
Yeah, this is one of the few where we don't put an LS in it. Like I said, they're good as is. This car actually belongs to my grandpa. I don't know if any of you guys were at the Universal Studios Fan Fest for the Back to the Future nights. This one was on display as the mayor's car, alongside the DeLorean we did a restoration with, which another one, Phil had a huge help in that, so thank you to Phil. Yeah, it was a really cool event with Universal, so my grandpa was stoked to see the photos, you know. But yeah, just kind of a clean restoration, nothing special on this one. So he actually, my dad gave it as a gift for his 75th birthday. I think he's 78 now, so he's had it for 3 years. But yeah, he cruises it just back and forth to the Starbucks down the street from his house. He doesn't drive it that much, but he loves it. He actually had the exact same car when he was probably late 20s.
Yeah, so your dad knew that.
Yeah, so he was super stoked to have
that one.
Oh yeah,
Very cool.
Yep, that got a Muncie. I want to say it's an M21 in this car, but yeah, Grandpa loves it. So put a hydraulic clutch in for him, so just super easy, get in and go, and quiet exhaust. Just a great driver car. He loves it. Yeah, if you guys want to follow me over to the second side half of the shop. Yeah, right here, got a couple cars from Fast and Furious franchises. I'm sure you can recognize this black Dodge Charger with a blower sticking through the hood. This is one of the stunt cars. It's actually one of 12 we built on these 1970 Chargers for Fast 10. Funny thing with these is now that we're at the 10th movie, the supply of Dodge Chargers is, we've ran it quite dry. So on this one, we actually reached out to a company called Speedcore, where all the body panels now are carbon fiber, so we're no longer sacrificing Dodge Chargers, which it's actually funny because it's more cost effective to build the car out of carbon fiber than it is nowadays to buy an actual Dodge Charger, which just goes to show how expensive these things have gotten. But yeah, this one didn't fare too well, as you guys can see. Came back in a shipping container, kind of wadded into a ball, so undergoing a restoration at the moment, a little ways out, as you can see. Going down the line, this is 70 Roadrunner from Fast and Furious 7. This is one of the ones, if you remember from that movie, where Dom goes head-on into Jason Statham in his Aston Martin. That was from this one. Kind of a carryover from Tokyo Drift, if you remember at the end of that one, where Dom shows up in the 70 Roadrunner built by Steve Stroke. So this is kind of the carryover from that car. It ties into that. This one has been on display at the theme park for probably the past 10 years, burning away in the sun, so came back to us, also undergoing a restoration, so hopefully return this one back to its glory. Here we got a, I want to say 67 or 68 Ford Fairlane, also from Fast 10. This is from the Portugal sequence on the bridge. This was, I want to say, one of 9, one of the few survivors, so also this one's undergoing a restoration as well. So hopefully, like I said, all 3 of these within the next couple months will be returned to their former glory. Going down the line, just got a couple customer cars, 32 Ford, 68 Mustang. The industry being slow, it's kind of allowed us to take on more customer cars, which is something we, usually didn't have time for, but it's actually been fun, kind of a little change of scenery, allows us to, kind of finish cars to a higher detail versus slamming things together for a movie, so it's been a fun project for the guys. Going this way, we've got one of the nicer versions of the 70 Charger down there, as you can see. This is another one of the stunt cars. This one managed to survive, fared a lot better than the other one. Say that again?
I like the sign that's inside.
Oh yeah, this one has been on all sorts of tours and displays. So, like I said, this is one of, I want to say the 3 that made it back fully intact. So this is one of the luckier ones.
A lucky car.
Also from Fast 10. This was a total afterthought. This was for Jason Momoa's character. And originally he was slated to be in a Nissan GTR, I believe. And when the car showed up, they just didn't feel it really suited Jason Momoa, big, super masculine guy. So we got a call, they wanted to put him in something bigger, more muscular. So I think we had about 2 weeks to slam these together and ship them out to Portugal, which definitely was, came down to the wire, but made it happen. This is just some restorations he's done over the years. 56 Chevy in kind of a period correct gasser style. 70 Chevelle. I'm sure you guys can all ID these. This is a particularly cool car. This is a 68 Mustang 135. It's one of 50. It was built to homologate the 428. So factory installed roll cage, but yeah, all period correct, numbers matching, so that's definitely a cool one. Z28.
These are all your dad's?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not.
Some of them are on one project. That's 10 years or so.
A friend of mine
Registrants is like 1987, but yeah, it's undergone, built it up, torn it down probably 3 times now since I've had it. It's its latest evolution. But definitely a fun car.
They have proper transmission.
Exactly, yes. We always try to sneak in at least one with the proper transmission, but like on Fast 10, we had one of those black 70 Chargers actually had a T56 with a sequential 6-speed shifter, which that was cool. It was the only one that didn't have the usual Turbo 400 inside.
What's the story with the Suburbans?
This one is belongs to my old. Well, to start off, it's my 2 youngest brothers. They are obsessed with square body Chevys.
I can tell.
Yeah, I think they got the disease from my dad. Growing up, he always had one. So this one, I have 2 younger brothers, both 2 years apart. My brother Brian, he actually found this one on, I want to say it was Craigslist, some lady local.
Wow.
But it was he was was listed for like 2 years and it just would not sell because it was just listed way too high. And I think after 2 years of just going back and forth, finally agreed to sell it to him. So he's had it for the past 2 years, but it was already really original. He's just kind of been, you know, doing all little tasteful fix-ups here and there. This one is my youngest brother's. This one's probably a week out from being done. This is his toy to play with. He just restored this one. I think he did everything himself aside from paint. Actually, no, he actually did have a hand in paint, so that was a fun project for him.
How old are those guys?
22 and 20.
That's good. Good training.
Yeah, totally. So, but yeah, and then go outside.
Are there any sisters in your family?
My older sibling used to go out. She was the only one that had no interest in the industry. She's a teacher. Yeah, I think if we start circling back this way, should lead ourselves to the food.
That's pretty cool.
Because you never know when you're going to need it. Mark on the side.
Oh yeah, still set it Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it. But if you guys want to take some time, roam, help yourselves, take some photos, check things out. Yeah.
I can hop up on the trailer, take a picture inside the buck.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, after you. Food's a little ways out. So.
Let's go back more. Take a look at that Mustang.
Yeah, of course. The food's a little ways out, so just cruise around. Yeah. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. I haven't seen you since he's always come in our office looking with paperwork.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. You got that from Airplane.
Yeah, isn't that?
That was a crazy goofy. Just like the drive. Yeah. What are you gonna do with it?
Private owner.